It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
This right here is Car Con Carne. Car Con Carne is a Q&A1 podcast. I'm James Van Oslo. Car Con Carne presented by Easy Automation. Are you looking to transform your home, your office, or business into a smart, seamlessly connected space? Easy Automation is a local business headquartered in Aurora, Illinois. They deliver custom automation solutions that are tailored to your lifestyle. Whether you're upgrading your home entertainment, streamlining your office tech, or enhancing the atmosphere in your restaurant or sports bar, they've got you covered. Their expert team designs and installs personalized systems from smart lighting and climate control to audio-video distribution and robust Wi-Fi networks, all managed through an intuitive app on your favorite device. Easy Automation makes technology work for you effortlessly, reliably, and always with your satisfaction guaranteed. Satisfaction guaranteed, Dave Suh.
I like satisfaction.
I know you do. Visit easy-automation.net or call Dan at 630-730-3728 and take control of your environment today. Also, quick programming note, Car Con Carne returns to Legit Dogs and Ice in South Elgin for another live event. We're recording a podcast live on stage inside the Dan Hot Dog Place Friday, August 22nd. It's absolutely free to attend. It's a live show. Joining me for the event, for this recording that will eventually end up right here in podcast land, Lollygagger, Flowers at Her Feet, Coyote Man, Chris Baker of Inc. 180, and Wild Dogs Comedy. Again, absolutely free. So, after many years of being a go-to player in some excellent Chicago bands, Dave Suh is putting himself out there with a brand new project, Dave Suh and the Dirty Wings. The digital release of the album Set to Begin is set for August 12th and will be followed by a record release show at Montrose Saloon, which we are outside right now as we record this, on August 15th. The whole band is here. Two-thirds of them are waiting at Montrose Saloon enjoying adult beverages because Dave is in the back seat. And to begin the program this week, Dave Suh is going to perform live in the car. Dave, lovely to see you. We go back a little bit.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. What are you going to play as we
I'm going to
begin?
play Set to Begin, which is the title track of the record that we're releasing on August 12th.
Set to Begin. I think one of the first things I said about this song, I like the grunginess.
Yeah, there's some grunge to it. It's a little it's a little bit about triumph and heartache, I guess, is what I'm going with. There's not any success without failure. So Set to Begin is kind of embarking on, after the heartache part. So, there's ups and downs in life, and so that's what it's about.
Now, what we won't get in this acoustic performance, I love the way the drums come thundering in on this one.
Yeah. There's a drum intro that's pretty cool.
Love it. And also, you did a performance video for this one.
We did, yeah. We recorded that at Fort Knox Studios. Just did like a quick kind of performance video. And actually, it was inspired by the Violets video because they did a video that I talked to Fritz, who's bartending right now, and he's like, we just recorded that in our practice space. I'm like, well, that looked pretty cool. I could probably do something like that. So.
And for your first video out of the gate, it should be like a mission statement. Like, this is who we are. Like, just bare bones.
Yeah, it was just simple. We did, I think, like 6 takes or something and kind of cut it up, but I thought it ended up looking pretty good.
Yeah, I love it. Okay,
so
Set to Begin. Dave Suh is in the back seat. I'm going to move the camera so we can really focus on you, and go ahead and do your thing.
Cool. Set to begin, meant to hit the ground running, didn't see it coming, dead and again. Now the walls start tumbling, ground starts crumbling out. Keeps me down now. Oh, keeps me down now. We look back on the days when we worked our hands and our feet straight down to the bone. Now we can't even find a reason to still believing. Keeps me down now. Oh, chase me down now. I'm ready to, all set to begin. I'm ready to, all set to begin. We were meant to forget that it won't stop raining, it won't stop raining. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm ready to, all set to begin. I'm ready to, all set to begin. All the days keep winding down. All the days keep winding down. All the days keep winding down. All the days keep winding down.
That was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, after years of power chords, it's nice to have a cool strumming song.
Yeah, you know, I wanted it to be simple. All of this, I just wanted to be as stripped down as possible, and that's why this new band is a 3-piece. It's like I just want it to be. You know, have you ever seen the Seinfeld where George does the opposite? You know, it's like everything's the opposite of what he used to do. That's what this is. It's like, you know, the bands that I was in previously, it was electronica. There was a lot going on, right? It was either Caviar or the Assembly. You know, we were sampling stuff. There was, you know, tracks everywhere. Yeah. And I really just wanted to do something a little more organic. So, you know.
I love it. And I should have asked this at the beginning. Do you own your publishing rights?
I believe so.
All right, good. So we'll leave it in.
Okay. Yeah.
Performance. It's tricky in the world of podcasting.
Sure. Yeah.
So
I can play one more if you want to hear something else, you know?
I don't want to seem greedy, but I would love it if you did.
Yeah. You know, can I do one? Is there one that you prefer? Is there one that you've heard that you liked, or do you want me to just like play one that I want to play?
Well, I should say play what you want to play. I will say No Big Deal is my first favorite.
Okay.
Of the stuff you said.
Oh yeah. Let's. That one's good because it's easy. Yeah.
Okay. So. I love easy. All right, Dave Suh in the back seat.
Okay. This song's called No Big Deal. It's about trying to impress someone, and
I'm already impressed.
Yeah. Well, it's, you know, you'll get it. On my back, I just can't shake. A mirror with a crack that just might break. A mirror with a crack. I got an SOS, I'm in distress. You told me once you weren't impressed. An SOS. I'm on my way back down until you come around. I got a new disease, help me please. I'm on my knees, I beg you please. I'm on my knees. Well, I'm driving up the wall to take your call. drowning my bones in alcohol, in alcohol. I'm on my way back down until you come around. Something that you said I just can't take, like a mirror with a crack that just might break. But I know that it's no big deal, no big deal. There's another guitar solo in there, but that's the expedited version, I guess.
I love the expedited. That was great.
Cool.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah. No, I'm glad to do it.
Here's the thing. I love when musicians play on this podcast in the car. I always feel kind of sheepish asking them to do it. Like, I know it's uncomfortable and it's not what you signed up for. You just signed up for an interview. I always feel weird asking. You actually volunteered to do that, so thank you.
You're welcome. I like playing stripped down where I can control it, so, And
I mean, this is a relatively soundproof space, so it always sounds kind of good.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I saw some other guys doing it just recently, so I'm like, I'll bring my guitar. Why not?
I love it. Okay, so I think what we should do next, you should put that away.
Yes.
You should retrieve.
My car's 2 cars down, so, yeah.
You got to love parking over here in the, I guess this is Albany Park, maybe Ravenswood still?
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to retrieve the Dirty Wings.
Yes.
When you come back, we'll put you in the front seat.
Okay.
And we'll talk more about the band.
Sounds cool. Thank you.
All right, so we are joined by the Dirty Wings. You have the full complement of Dave Suh and the Dirty Wings in the car joining us. Well, first of all, Dave, we just saw and heard him singing and playing guitar. We have Johnny Furman in the back seat. He plays bass. And Loren Guzik, who plays drums. That's it. That's the band. Just back to basics.
Simple.
So the record release show for Dave Suh and the Dirty Wings is on Friday the 15th of August. Bon Mots, former Carcon Carne guest badcandy, and Cisco Pike, all bands on stage right here at Montrose Saloon across the street from where we are right now. It's a Friday night show. No excuse not to go to that. And the album releases digitally on the 12th. It also comes in handsome physical form. Look at this. The vinyl edition.
Yes.
But wait, there's more. Cutting edge compact disc. CDs.
James, so I'm glad you and I had a little bit of some side social media antiquing conversations, because
Dave loves his antique malls, as do I.
I'm telling you, CDs are back, man. CDs are
they?
back.
They are.
At least they are in my world.
For kids now.
Yeah. I mean, I follow some guys online, like Cheap Audio Man or something, and it's like, I feel it's coming, man. The CD, the CD's coming back.
See, for many years, they've been like $1 a piece at every used record store.
Now they're $5, now they're $6. So.
I had, no surprise, I had thousands of CDs. Thousands and thousands. That's years of working and programming and on the radio at Q101, like thousands of them. And I started selling them off, getting rid of them, because I never listened to them. I gave up on.
I was real close. I was right there. I was right on the edge, James, of getting rid of all of mine.
I have one shelf left of CDs.
Yeah. I still have. I had the crates in the attic. Most survived. Like the CD itself survived. Right. Some of the artwork, the books are a little stuck together, So, but yeah, no, I think they're making a comeback. And what I like about the tactile media is that, when you do a record release show, etc., you can actually hand them something. Even if people say, I don't have a CD player, well, then they're still thinking to walk
away with something. Yeah.
They like the artwork.
Yeah, for sure. And having your music on vinyl, it has to feel awesome.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I was really, I was a little concerned, because the vinyl does take long.
Right.
So
timing out a record release show with the actual record in hand, not always.
So we finished this.
How long did it take?
I mean, it took 8 weeks, but sometimes it can take longer,
sure.
Right? And so I was just a little concerned because I hadn't gotten any updates. I didn't email either, but all of a sudden they showed up, and they look great, and I have no complaints about them whatsoever.
Where'd you get it done?
So I used Disc Makers, which is a big box one, but
Disc Makers.
Yeah, but they do a good job. I like the artwork. I like the vinyl itself is pretty heavy.
It
is
very
heavy. 180 gram, or I think. So
And it's such a difference from when we were kids. It feels glorious. I can't wait to put this on when I get home.
Yeah.
It's so different from when we were kids buying records, first-gen records, because those records in the 1980s were flimsy.
Oh, yeah.
Like you could wave them in the air, they'd make that floppy noise.
Right.
But now it's like...
They did try to kill zombies with them in Shaun of the Dead. Remember
That's right.
When they were flipping.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Great pull on that. So anyway, 15th, it's a Friday night. Sorry, this is the first time I put a record in a sleeve. Friday night outside Montrose Saloon is where we are. It'll be inside Montrose Saloon. Can't wait to see you guys. I guess let's start with, I mentioned, Dave, before you started playing, you've been in a lot of different bands in the city. I've seen a lot of those bands perform live. Have these songs been percolating for a while, like to be a Dave Suh centric project?
You know, it's funny. I never stop writing songs, and I think the first one I wrote for this iteration of this band was Set to Begin, and I thought I kind of had something. You know, it had a little bit of that, I don't know if I want to say like Teenage Fan Club, but a little bit of like it would go from the major to the minor and stuff, and I kind of liked the chorus was a little heavier, you know, like you can hit the distortion pedal there. So there's this blend of, dare I say, grungy Americana. You know,
Americana, I think, is the first word I used when I listened to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear, and I hate comparing music to other music, but it's an easy thing to do. I mean, I hear everything from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers to Dinosaur Jr. to Pete Yorn to...
Yeah. I'll throw a little Matthew Sweet in there,
sure,
too, you know, just because my other friend said this has got kind of a Pete Yorn vibe, and I'm like, yeah, but he didn't rip any solos, man. I ripped some solos, you know, and Jay Mascis ripped some solos, you know. So, so I think I like the Dinosaur Jr. You know, I like Pete Yorn obviously too, but what I really was going for, like I said, was more of an organic kind of simple thing, you know.
And I wrote here in my notes, Americana with teeth.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's a little. Oh, but I didn't use, you know, like I said before about the opposite, you know, like the Seinfeld opposite episode. I typically play Les Pauls, like Gibson Les Pauls, with humbuckers and they're big chunky guitars. These I went all single coil on. So in the studio, it was either Telecasters, Stratocasters, or anything with a single coil in it. So, I mean, we did use distortion pedals and things like that, but just to get a different sound, a different flavor, you know. So
I love the sound. I love the direction you're going in. Let's talk about building a band. Let's talk about recruiting the guys in the back seat.
Well, that was actually really easy too. Just because they were the first guys I thought of, and they both said yes. So, but we did play in a band with Rudy from Woolworthy in another project called The Dead On, which was Rudy's kind of post Woolworthy project, you know. And it was what did he call it? Like slash and burn rock and roll.
Yep.
You know, and
Slash
it was just straight ahead rock, which is cool because Rudy's really good at that. He's my good friend, and and so Loren was the drummer in the Dead On. Johnny joined later. I joined later. I was not the first guitar player in that band, and Johnny wasn't the first bass player. But we all got along really well. At some point, Loren wasn't in the band anymore, and then I think Rudy was going to move. So the band kind of dissolved because Rudy was I thought he was going to move to Nashville. And so, but either way, he was moving, and so the Dead On basically disbanded. And it wasn't until 2023 when they started recording that it was Mark Doyle and Rick from Woolworthy, and they put Woolworthy back together for sort of a reunion. So, and then we're still playing shows, so.
A reunion, and that led to my car at one point a couple years ago.
Yeah, we were in your car. Yeah.
Okay, so guys in the back seat, the other members of the band, coming over to this band, playing Dave's songs. What do you think? What appeals to you about this music?
All of it. I mean, I get to sing backups. It's good. It's good music. It's fun. I'm proud of it.
Mike. Johnny, I was going to say, I leaned heavily on him in the studio. So all the main vocals you hear are me and the guitars, but basically every other vocal in there was, hey, Johnny, can you try this? Johnny, can you try that? What I like about that, too, is that Johnny always thinks of stuff that I wouldn't think of.
Right.
He really does.
And shakers and all.
Yeah.
And all kinds of stuff.
So.
Dave I really didn't know what Dave had in store, but I thought he was great in the Dead On, and I loved watching him rip solos, and clearly he's got a great personality, so I was like, sure, I'll play.
It's the personality. It's your winning personality.
Well, I do also want to stress having fun, and
Yes.
so we do kind of have fun. I will tell you, so Johnny rolls in, he's got his motorcycle jacket, he shows it, we rehearse at Fort Knox, and sometimes these guys just both show up on their motorcycles, which makes me feel, like less of a man. Because they got their Triumph bikes and they're all cool, and I'm like, man, I wish this, I wish I could have a motorcycle so that, we could all be like a motorcycle gang too.
Now, let the record show, before we started recording, you had whiskey, which is a man's drink.
That's true.
Yeah,
There you
just
go.
saying.
And it's
I
very
didn't have anything at all, so we're even.
it's very hard to strap 2 guitars and a pedal board on a motorcycle.
For sure.
But you have done it.
Well, I'm a bass player.
He's
We make do.
he's a pro.
Yeah.
So those are Johnny's contributions. Lauren,
Yeah.
we talked before you were in the car,
Yeah.
guys. I love, it's set to begin, the way the drums come thundering in, something that also happens on No Big Deal. Like, you make yourself heard or
Sure.
known
Yeah.
early on in these songs.
Yeah, I think that probably stems from my punk rock roots. My big influences were Minor Threat, Sex Pistols, 7 Seconds. I still listen to 7 Seconds. And so I think there's probably some carryover from that. All of my favorite drummers, there was, my girlfriend says that I'm bangy. Which, hey, I'll embrace that. I think most of my favorite drummers were they had something big going on behind the kit, and that always drew me in. It's probably what you're picking up.
You do bring some fun percussion into the proceedings here. Is that a xylophone I hear on Loner?
That's me.
That's you.
I have tape of that. Yeah, that was kind of like a little Beach Boys-y type intro. Yeah, so.
And then Beautiful Disaster, are those jingle bells? What am I listening to?
That's
there?
me.
Christmas bells. Yeah. There's Christmas bells on that. So.
We saw those in the studio, and it was like, okay, well, we've got to put these in.
Well, Johnny
somewhere.
is one of those guys. He will go to the box
To
of
all the
toys,
toys, right.
and be like, how can we most utilize all of these, which is great. So
It's like one of those Food Network challenge shows. Like, here's a box. It's a ham hock, a chocolate bar, and a thing of grapes.
yeah,
Go
it
make
has to go on the record.
I always have felt that percussion makes a song. Like, think about Sympathy for the Devil or songs like that. It's all it's all the drums and the shakers and whatnot that makes those songs have the swagger. Like, if it was just Mick Jagger and the piano, that song would suck. But you got the shakers and all that stuff going. So without shakers, that's the icing on the cake of a song. So we've got good chords, we got good bass line, we got good drums, but then you got to put those shakers and tambourines on there, and now you got something.
So, respectfully, you've all been around the proverbial music block more than once. Is it daunting to start something from scratch?
That's what Set to Begin is all about. So
I'm going to say no, because I've known this guy the least. I've known Dave here since what was that, 96?
well, we definitely played shows together at Thurston's back in the day. Yeah.
So, and I've known you for about 10 years now. So, it's I don't think it's hard to start new things with people that you already know and kind of have expectations with.
Yeah.
I was in a band a couple years ago. There was a bunch of people that were 30 years old, and I was in my mid 40s. That was a little more challenging, but it was a lot of fun because they have a different musical vocabulary. We don't have kind of we don't have shared interests and a shared vocabulary. So
Yeah.
And the rules are different now from when you might have been in bands in the 90s, early aughts, etc. The rules, the expectations, etc. You're creating music for its own sake,
That's right.
for the love of the game, truly.
That's right.
Yeah, those people haven't been through the ringer yet. Their hopes haven't been dashed.
I thought they were kind of, like I work with a lot of younger people in teaching, and I think that they're a lot nicer. I think than we were a lot more competitive. I think.
Yeah,
Back
but we
in the
were
day.
hipsters with attitudes,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now they're all very supportive of each other. It's very nice.
It's totally different. There's no bullies anymore. There's no.
Were there
bullying.
bullies?
I don't know, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
A lot
Can
of
I tell
business.
you a story real quick about Loner, about the song
Yeah,
Loner,
please.
though, because you mentioned the xylophone at the beginning. That song is directly related to the Weezer song, the Sweater Song. So it came to me in a premonition that I should write a song about just the talking at the beginning of that song. So there's the guy talking to the girl, and she's like, "Hey, are you going to the party after the show? Like my friends don't want to go, but I need a ride." So that's the whole song of Loner, and the lyrics are this guy driving around with this girl to try to find this party, and then they end up going, and there's a band playing. And then I think the second verse is actually just like a party that I went to in high school where the cops showed up and then everyone scattered into the field, which probably has happened to everybody, but
Yes.
Yeah, so, but that's
That was the era.
like
That
the
was the
whole
era for
song
sure.
Loner is basically just like the continuation of the Weezer song. And it's basically like he's a loner, right? Because you can tell when they're walking around, they're like, "Hey, are you going to the show?" Yeah,
This is like when Peter Schilling wrote a song about Major Tom.
There you go. Yeah. So.
But we didn't ask
So I'm
for
trying to get some attention for it. I'm like, hey, if Weezer's out there or whatever, can they, maybe they could cover it. I don't know. It'd be great. So
I mean, they can cover Toto. They can cover Dave Suh.
they're more than welcome. So
Thinking about high school, were you one of those guys back in high school where people just knew, he's going to be a musician? Was it a foregone conclusion?
Actually, he was in the Bon Mots. Chris from Emil Muzz was like the musician guy in high school. So he was actually voted most talented because he went to my high school and he played Bridge Over Troubled Water at our graduation.
Frantisac?
Yeah, Frantisac. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and he was the guy that I moved to Chicago with. Like we went to college together and stuff. Played in bands back then too. We were a 3-piece, and I was the singer. So now it's come full circle.
It has. It really has.
So yeah.
I love it. And guys, I was talking with Dave before we started recording, and he mentioned then that he moved to Chicago at a certain time. Whenever I hear someone say that, I assume they're moving from like Duluth or Tampa. Dave means moving from Naperville.
Well, I mean, that's basically the same. You might as well live in Duluth, right?
I was trying to think, where did he live before?
I did. Some of these bands, though, were from Naperville. Like Lucky Boys is from Naperville.
Yeah, for
Marvel
sure.
Kind was from Naperville. So there were some bands from out there.
Marvel Kind.
so
Nice.
I used to love Marvel Kind. Is it true, Dave Suh, that Naperville is the swingers' capital of America?
I've heard that, but I never saw like the fishbowl or anything. So.
ChatGPT that.
Or the upside down pineapple on the
Right,
door?
or like when you walk in and there's just like velvet, everything in velvet or whatever. So I never saw it. So, but it was a totally different upbringing for me. It was like the exact
Dave
opposite.
just wears
of that,
a robe
so,
at home.
Yeah,
That's right.
no, it was very.
That's manly too.
It was a very religious household. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So, yeah,
You were raised in a religious household?
very much so. Yeah, yeah. So I was talking to them about Ozzy, right? The big Ozzy thing, and it's like when I was 10 years old, I wasn't allowed to listen to Ozzy, like it was scary, that was kind of like, at least Black Sabbath was kind of scary, Ozzy was more fun, but there were still upside down crosses on the covers and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So and blood coming out of
So
his
were you
mouth
like
and everything.
sneaking a Walkman under your pillow?
Absolutely. So luckily I did have a boombox. Everyone had a boombox, right?
Oh, for sure.
So you were just, so you would always just listen to, put the radio stations on and, listen to whatever you wanted to in your own room. So
I remember my son, who's now a grown adult, which is weird to think of in and of itself, but I remember the first time I played Black Sabbath for him, and I played the song Black Sabbath off the album Black
Scary.
Sabbath. I think it's one of the scariest songs ever written, and I tried to explain to him, like, imagine it's whatever it was, 1971 or whenever the album came out. Nothing existed like this.
right.
Like, imagine how terrifying this was to a parent hearing that title track from that album for the first time. Like, now it's kind of like, that's cute, it's fun, but
I don't think it's cute. I think it's pretty scary. Like, I think what they were trying to do, and I've read a lot about this in the last couple weeks because I went on a binge.
Everyone did.
Yeah,
Like
I
Crazy
went on
Train's back on the charts.
Yeah, I went on an Ozzy like down the rabbit hole, and I did hear that they tried to make horror, like basically horror movies were popular, right? And they wanted to create a band that gave you the same feeling as watching a horror movie. which is kind of cool.
It worked.
And it worked. And that's why, heavy metal and horror kind of go hand in hand.
Was that English, the English guy, Such, Lord Such? Like, I bring you fire. Dun, dun, dun.
That's the Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Okay,
but isn't there like some guy named Such as well?
Mr. Crowley.
There was like a whole bunch of like jokey horror bands.
Suh?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna Google it.
Okay, please do. Nothing worse than a reference that doesn't land.
I know, right, man?
Sorry.
That's my
It's
job.
happened to all of us. It happens to me every show.
Can I pass out the Mentos now?
Yes.
I brought this is the carne part of
You had some
this is
fresh
the carne
makers?
part of
How far this podcast has fallen.
Johnny Mentos. See,
Right.
and so the joke behind this is
Nice.
if I give this to my friends, they'll just get into the show, right? Like, I mean, they'll just pick up a keyboard, walk in,
that's right.
because that was the commercial, right? It was like
That's right.
You could just pop one of these, grab someone's gear, and just walk in, right?
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
It's the chewy mint.
It's the fresh maker.
Screaming Lord Such.
Screaming Lord Such. Okay. Oh, look at that. Sadly passed it in 1999.
There was a bunch of like bands from England that like kind of did a jokey horror thing
In the early 70s?
in the late 60s. So they were probably like just updating it.
I'm full on board with all horror rock. Like I'm that guy who's seen Alice Cooper like 10 times. I have a soft spot for Rob Zombie. I'm on board with all that shit. And I listen to John Carpenter while I work.
Yeah. Are you a big horror movie guy?
Yeah, very much so.
You know what I just watched last night?
No.
Final Destination Bloodlines. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it yet.
It's got really good reviews.
What I want to see is Weapons, which comes out a couple days after we're recording.
I mean, I didn't see the movie.
The trailer looks amazing.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. I mentioned that I have a child. I have 2 children, but there was a period when they were very young when I didn't get to see any horror movies. That's just life as a parent. Like, there's like a 5 to 10 year period that is a pop culture dead zone for me.
Yeah.
So as soon as they started aging and I could start watching horror movies again, that's all I did. Was like I just tried to ramp up all my viewing and tried to catch up on everything. So I've been nonstop ever since.
So I do.
JVL, what's your favorite?
My favorite horror movie?
Yeah.
It's a tough one. I will say, some people scoff. I think my favorite modern horror movie is It Follows.
That is good.
Terrible third act. The first 2/3 of it are fucking incredible.
The girl in that's really like up and coming. I forget what the actress is, but she was in something else I watched too. That was really good.
The score for that movie.
Especially
Speaking of John Carpenter, the score
They're
of
nice and
Disaster Piece. One of the best horror movie scores you will ever hear.
Oh, okay.
It's so good. Like that synthy,
weird
creepiness.
Yeah.
But I love It Follows, and my favorite horror movie doesn't get credit for being a horror movie, but it is. The remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1978 with Donald Sutherland, Leonard Nimoy, Jeff Goldblum. I remember seeing that as a kid, and of course, we're all nostalgic for the things we saw as children, but it's one of the few movies I can watch.
I think that is just hit streaming for free, because I follow some horror guys, and they're like, here's 15 movies that are streaming now for free that you can see, and that was definitely one of them. So
it is so good.
Yeah, I'll have to watch
to this
that.
day, it holds up. Donald Sutherland is so great, and Nimoy is wonderful in that.
Yeah, and Goldblum.
Yeah. Very early Jeff Goldblum.
Yes. I didn't know if you wouldn't know this, but I do a fella's horror movie outing. So we just saw 28 Years Later. Right?
Yeah.
Like we all went to the Logan Theater.
It was good.
That's right.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, but yeah, I like to just get a bunch of guys and go see
Dave.
horror. So would you like to be invited to this?
Yes, 1,000 times yes.
Yeah, I mean that's
I've
probably
been
more
waiting for
popular
this.
than the shows that we. Like, oh, Dave's horror movie, then we got to go to that.
I've been waiting for this invitation without even knowing it existed.
Well, we'll go to the next one, because the next one's coming out in January. So the 28 Years Later, I know they filmed them back to back. So.
It's funny, as we're talking about this, before I walked into Montrose Saloon, I took a song or a track from the soundtrack for 28 Years Later, put it on one of my playlists. It's that kind of marching song that plays. That creepy,
it's like that war kind of one with the talking. Yeah.
It sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Isolated, just listening on a playlist. All right, so we're going to see horror together. We're going to see Dave Suh here at Montrose Saloon. Dave Suh and the Dirty Wings. Montrose Saloon on Friday the 15th. That right there is a big show. The album, it's, sure, you can stream it when it comes out on the 12th, but isn't it better to own it, to have it, to hold it, to put it on the turntable, all 10 songs, a perfect 5 songs per side? The answer is yes. So what happens after this? What happens after the 15th?
Hopefully we just keep promoting it. There's, obviously there's only 2 weeks now, and so I'm trying to, this is media time, so we're trying to promote as much as we can, and then we want to play some shows after this as well, and try to just get it out there and do as much as we can to promote the record. So
I love it. It's no bullshit. Back to basics. Americana with teeth.
Yes, thank you.
Americana dentata.
Yes.
Is that Latin?
Thank you. That's fantastic.
Well, isn't that a horror movie as well? Yes.
Yeah, teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Guys, thank you for doing this. Dave, thanks for bringing a guitar with. Thanks for the Mentos. Thanks for the physical media. I mean, this is truly an embarrassment.
These are
of riches.
good. These are good Mentos too.
Sitting here in the back eating
I
the
brought you
microphone.
an old school Metro poster that I had made.
I love gig art. Look at this.
So this is from my old band Caviar, and it was a show we played with Assassins and the Webb Brothers at the
Oh
Metro.
my goodness.
So
the Webb Brothers back then?
the
I
Webb
was.
Brothers. Johnny was in the Webb Brothers.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Look at this, boys. This is so great.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
was
That's
like
super
the
cool.
old school posters.
I love.
I think there's only like 3 left in existence, but I had a few downstairs. I was
Dave.
just cleaning downstairs. I'm like,
Thank you.
Who could use one of these?
Me, for
Yeah,
sure.
So
I love a good gig poster.
yeah,
And for all I know, I was at this show. Sounds right.
for sure. And it was August, right? Like August,
Yeah.
2002. Is that what that is?
A mere 23 years ago this month.
I said it's like dog years though, so it was really only
right.
like 3 years ago or whatever. So right.
That's right.
So
All right, well, thank you guys. This was awesome.
okay, thank you
you for
very
having
much.
us.
Thanks
This
for
was
having
great.
us, James.